Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you guys today. This is going to be an all signs reading, so I am setting the intention of this finds whoever needs it the most. So, as always, take what resonates, leave what does not. You don't have to be a specific sign to watch this video. Only just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, you know. For those of you that would like to book a personal reading with me, you could do that through email or form submission on my website. We are going to be doing 6 cards across, and then we will clarify them by twos and just kind of see what's going on, what's the message, who, you know, I almost said who needs to hear it. Things like that they sprinkle in during the reading, so that's how you'll know it's for you. Okay. Thank you. Last one. Okay. The name Jessica just came through. Jessica. Okay. Let's dive in. Let's see what's going on. Bottom of the deck is our challenge. Represents what we're not seeing, what we're not looking at. We've got the King of Wands, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords, the High Priestess. Okay. For a lot of you guys here, the challenge is going to be that you aren't over some sort of heartbreak. You know, the challenge is going to be with the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. Excuse me, King of Wands. I don't know why I said King of Pentacles. With the Emperor and then the King of Wands here and the challenge with the Three of Swords, you could have had infidelity in your relationship. You don't have to. But Three of Swords, heartbreak and devastation. A King of Wands, when they're not in their power, can be someone who is a bit flirty, a bit, you know, they're a smooth talker. I always describe the King of Wands as someone who could talk their way in and out of anything. Okay, so it feels like, and with that High Priestess, this is like intuition, but it is also being silent. You know, it is being like quiet about this, not really opening up. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've been internalizing this for a while now, where you've just been like sitting on it and assuming it's going to get better. Time does heal all wounds, of course, you know, but there is such a thing as like active healing versus passive healing. Letting time heal the wounds is more so of like a passive healing structure, whereas like when we're active healing, that's kind of like when we're reprogramming the brain, when we are doing mirror exercises, when we are talking to ourselves, things of that sort. Okay, so it feels like a lot of you guys are being pushed to do a little bit more active healing with this, you know, change up the sorry, I'm just changing the way I'm sitting. Literally change up the way maybe you need to change the way you're sitting. Change up the way you're going about your healing journey. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. You start with the King of Pentacles. That's so funny. I said King of Pentacles by accident before, and then the Nine of Swords. So definitely for sure, a lot of you could have had a partner here in the past that if they didn't cheat on you with a person, they cheated on you with work. Okay, it feels like King of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords, you could have felt like this person was always choosing money over you. King of Pentacles is a very 3D world sign. You know, it could be managerial work, it could be owning your own business kind of work, but this is someone who prioritizes their money and prioritizes their physical world. And I feel like for a lot of you, this created almost like a rift in the relationship I'm hearing between the two of you. You know, it's almost like I feel like it brought up a feeling in you of like being forgotten about, is how this is coming through. Yeah, Page of Cups in the reverse, the Chariot, and the Six of Wands. What I think is interesting for a lot of you is that this person on the surface was like, no, I'm interested. No, I want to make this work. But then, like, with that Page of Cups in the reverse, it's almost like they never owned it. You know, I feel like some of you have some unfinished business with a person from the past because they never apologized. They never owned it. Knight of Swords, they may have hurt you really badly, and they were just kind of like, that sucks for you. And I feel like for a lot of you guys here, it feels like you're now in the process of giving yourself closure. You know, you're now in the process of being kinder to yourself and understanding that, like, as cliche as this sounds, it's what my guides are giving me, hurt people hurt people. You know, this person was incapable of loving themselves, therefore it made it very difficult for them to love you. Okay? And I feel like they didn't give you what you needed or what you wanted, and I feel like a lot of you are recognizing that like that's what made it unhealthy. You know, outside of infidelity, if there was any, outside of not choosing you, I feel like some of you guys had to learn a lesson of boundaries here. You know, how to keep yourself safe sound secure. Tell me a little bit more about this, please. Yeah, justice. I feel like a lot of you guys are really asking yourself what you want from this connection now, or like what you wanted in the first place. It's like not, some of you, I don't think any of you are really in connection with this person anymore. But a lot of you are asking yourself like what kept you. Like I feel like you're kind of asking, it's almost like what made me stay so long. And I feel like a lot of you are working on healing that. You know, it's like, let's say your abandonment issues made you stay. You're like, okay, well, I have to work on that because this can't happen to me again. This is a really positive place to be in your healing journey, guys. Okay, I feel like you should be giving yourself a little bit more of like a pat on the back here with the Eight of Cups in the challenge with your clarifying deck, especially with what we're talking about. I feel like some of you guys may be struggling to walk away from people, places, things, any sort of connection that isn't giving to you, you know, because there's almost this feeling of like you empathize to a fault. You know, I literally just talked about this in a Twitch reading of like over empathizing. It feels like some of you guys are over empathizing with people here. And it's creating a world where you don't really know how to set boundaries or enforce the boundaries that you are finding your way to setting, you know? Yeah, Eight of Cups, can't make it up. Eight of Cups is on the bottom, now it's on the board. I feel like a lot of you guys are also wrestling, that's the word I heard, wrestling with the idea of, like, not everyone's gonna make it. You know? I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're realizing that I always tell my collectives and I always tell my clients, your new life is gonna cost you your old. And I think a lot of you guys are now really understanding that and getting that, like, I have to heal from what happened to me because what happened to me cannot come into the future. And that means people that participate in those behaviors can also not come with me to the future, okay? Because you've got the Three of Wands and the Knight of Swords. For some of you, it feels like you're taking a little bit of a break here. I don't know how else to describe that. Like, that's the word I'm literally hearing, break. Like, this could be a break from people, a break from work, but it's almost like quiet before the storm, because with the Three of Wands, that's the break, and then the Knight of Swords is charging forward. It's like the second fastest card in the deck. You know, it's a lot of quick movement here. So I feel like some of you guys are almost getting ready to, like, make a move, for lack of a better way to put it. Seven of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Four of Swords. I feel like your guides want you to also stop comparing this move to things from the past. You know, every move is different, whether or not this is a physical move or like a work move, whatever the move is for you guys. Every move is different. You know, everywhere we go is different. Every step, every journey that we are on is going to be different. A lot of you are looking back to the past and basing the current journey off of a past experience, which you can't do, babe. Okay? In your current journey, you've learned so many different things. This is a different topic. You're doing a different thing. You know, you have a different goal now. You've matured. You've grown. You've aged. And I feel like with that Seven of Pentacles here, a lot of you guys are just, you keep looking at the past and you keep being like, well, this is what happened the last time I tried to do this. Give yourself some credit here, babe. You've learned a lot. You've matured a lot. You deserve to give yourself a pat on the back here. You deserve to, the way I'm hearing this is like not admonish yourself. When we admonish ourselves, I think it's how you say it, admonish. It's kind of like you shrink yourself. You make yourself smaller. You don't give yourself credit for things. A lot of you guys are reconciling within yourselves here that you do deserve credit for the things that you're doing. Okay, this is a really, really positive reading today, guys. This is like you're really working in the direction of something really, really great here. And again, I feel like I keep hearing it, like, give yourself some more credit, pat yourself on the back here. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. A lot of you are planning for the long haul, the long term here. Four of Wands. Yes, babe. Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands. We are here for longevity. Okay, we are here for healthy connections, healthy friends, healthy boundaries, healthy everything. This is a really, really positive mindset shift for you. Okay. First of all, I'm really proud of you. You should be really proud of you too, though. I feel like with this Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, you're really prioritizing you. You're prioritizing your world, your life, your decisions. This isn't just with the Devil on the bottom of the deck, like, I'm not doing things just because I feel like people want me to do them. I'm doing things because I want to do them, and this is where I see my life going. Snaps for you guys. Really, truly, this is really positive. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. I did just hear also, it doesn't make it hurt less. Page of Pentacles, you need to understand that even if we are making a choice for ourselves that is good for us, if we are leaving things from the past behind, we still have to grieve it. Okay? I mean, in your next row, you have the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, this is a mother figure. It doesn't have to be. The King of Pentacles is also here as well. So for some of you, this could be like literally a soulmate that you're walking away from. It doesn't have to be a mother. Queen of Pentacles with that Eight of Wands. I feel like a lot of you are recognizing, again, going off that Page of Pentacles, like, it is going to be painful, babe. I'm not going to lie to you. Walking away from people, if they've held space in our lives and then hurt us, and then we've decided, you keep hurting me, you don't deserve a place in my life, that's painful. Even though they have hurt us, we still have to grieve and feel your way through that loss, okay? This is like not, I'm hearing it's like, it's not a walk in the park right now, okay? And it's not going to be in the future either. I hate to say that. Like, anytime you make a decision that's painful, even if it's for the betterment of your own life, you have to feel the pain. You have to feel the ricochet of it, okay? It's going to reverberate for a little while, and you have to feel your way through it. You need to sit with it, okay? The way my guides are describing this to me is, it's almost like, for those of us that have ever been to a concert or like a rave, I did a lot of raves back in my early 20s. And I don't know if you've ever stood next to one of those speakers, but like, you feel the music through your whole body, like, you feel the reverberation. That's how you have to, like, work through this pain and work through these emotions. You're gonna feel it literally all over everywhere, and you can't crucify yourself for that, okay? You've got the Three of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Cups. I understand for a lot of you that you thought this was a soulmate, and I'm here to tell you, babe, it might have been. We have multiple soulmates, soul contracts, and soul ties in our lives. We don't just have one soulmate. Sometimes our soulmate's only job is to come in, trigger the fuck out of us, and then leave. Okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, Six of Cups, you could have children with this person as well. I'm trying really hard not to sneeze if you see me touching my nose right now. I feel like a lot of you are like, okay, yes, this was a soulmate. Yes, but I want to move on from it. Like, I'm over it. But that pain is still going to reverberate. I keep hearing it. It's still going to hurt, babe. Okay? There is no easy mode here. There is no healing for dummies. This isn't an exam you can study for 5 minutes before and ace it. Allow yourself the space to be hurt. Allow yourself the space to grieve the loss of an old life here. Yeah, the Hanged Man in reverse. You got to stop rushing your healing. Okay? That's not helping you. Yeah, Ten of Swords. You need to realize that you came to this acknowledgement in the right time. Okay? I tell all my clients this, and I've told my collective this before. I'm going to tell you guys now. If we don't see something at the time, that's because we weren't meant to. Okay? A lot of people are always like, well, I'm mad. I should have known he was cheating. I should have seen it. I should have known. No, you shouldn't have. You found out the way you were supposed to, in the manner that you were supposed to, when you were supposed to. Okay? Start showing yourself a little bit of fucking grace here, babe. Okay? You found it when you did, and you let it go, and you acted accordingly. Okay? You cannot brutalize yourself simply because you didn't see it before this. That's part of the lesson. It's a very hard lesson to learn. Sometimes the universe keeps things from us on purpose. The Emperor. I'm telling you guys, you are making the moves you are meant to be making. You saw when you were meant to see. You heard when you were meant to hear. And now it's time to move on. Page of Wands and Temperance. I feel like I said Page of Wands before. Now it's out here. Page of Wands and Temperance. Give yourself some time. Okay, give yourself some recuperation time, some time on the couch. And really, I can't stress this enough for you. You need to feel your way, through this. You need to be able to feel the pain and the grief and the heartache 100%. You can't bypass it. You can't just walk past it and be like, oh, it is what it is. That's not how this works. Okay, so feel what you need to feel, but also give yourself some more credit because you're doing what you need to do. Okay, let's get you guys an oracle card. This is the Angelarium. It is my current favorite oracle deck. I will use it literally until I'm dead in the ground. So let's see what the Falling of the Angels have for you. What do you have for this collective, please? Thank you. Interesting. She's been coming out a lot. You guys have Coca Biel, Angel of the Stars. She's been coming out a lot. You'll recognize her because she's on the book. Let me read it to you. Coca Biel, where is she? She's number 31 for those of you that are into numerology. Okay. Drawing cards from a divination deck certainly speaks to a latent curiosity, but drawing this card specifically may speak to a deeper desire to seek answers from the infinite. When a question hangs over our heads, it does so with the same intensity as starlight in clear sky. Seek your answers, but don't be dazzled by the dance of faraway glimmers. This card, I feel like, is very, it's very on the nose for this reading because it is a reminder that we can look to the future all we want. We could pull tarot cards, we could throw charms, we could do whatever sort of divination tactic we want to do. Okay? But ultimately, you cannot get distracted by what the tarot will give you options and roads and advice. But what it will not tell you to do is what you need to do. It will give you energy. Like I said, it will give you advice. But ultimately, you cannot wait for your tarot deck and your oracle cards to tell you explicitly what to do. That comes down to us. It comes down to our intuition, our dealings, and just what we need to do. Okay? I'm going to leave that there for you guys. That's your reading today. If this reading resonates with you, or if my reading style just happens to resonate with you, do consider liking and subscribing. We are on the way to 200 subscribers. We just did 100, which is exciting. If you guys would like to interact with me on a live basis, I do go live 3 days a week on Twitch. You can find me Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. We do a collective reading that is always free on Twitch, and then we move into personals, which anyone can get a personal that is paid. But yeah, if you would like to interact with me on a live basis, you can find me there as well and just be part of the community, part of the gang. So I'll leave you guys with that, and I will see you in the next video. Okay? Bye.